Де ваші діти? Ви казали, ваші діти не ходять до цієї церкви. А чого? Бо ми не могли зберегти цю ідеологію. We couldn't make the church relevant. Третина українців ходять далі до церкви раз на місяць. Знайдіть мені країну в Західній Європі, де це відбувається. Це вже катастрофа. Церкви взагалі порожні, крім туристів.
Андрій Філіпс. Він є член Російської православної церкви за кордоном. І що він пише? В Російській православній церкві, in the Russian Orthodox Church, ми очікуємо повернення православних українців Америки і Канади в Російську церкву. Що якби це сталося, ми можемо втратити нашу ідентичність тут, у Канаді.
And I asked the metropolitan, I said, ви маєте представляти нашу церкву. Ви є той провідник. Well, тої відповіді нема. Одна відповідь була, і це мене досить ударило, і я думаю, що кожен з вас це також, якби б говорили, відчули б це. Яка була відповідь? The one answer I did get, if you don't like it, leave. And that was repeated several times.
I was very lucky to be in the Ukraine a year ago, almost a year ago, for a newspaper conference. And I was very fortunate to be part of a wonderful moment, I think both in newspaper journalist history and Ukraine history, when the president came to give an address to our conference. And as soon as he rose up, the Ukrainian editors in the room all stood up together in protest, silently, and stood through the entire speech. I've never seen a head of government look more intimidated, being stared down by silence. It's an extraordinary sight to be that powerful and yet so weakened by silence.
A good way to try to understand what's going on in Ukraine today, and this is something that is disillusioning, of course, many people of Ukrainian origins in North America and in Western Europe, with the election of Viktor Yanukovych in 2010, is to look at Ukraine and history in the last 100 years as one of a period of cycles.
When I Google teaching about genocides, I get basically nothing about the Holodomor. So this is critical because this is what teachers do. That's where they look for information. We need to get ourselves into existing websites.
But the absence of the public discussion is itself a major obstacle. How can they influence people if they cannot communicate with them? How many authors produce a second novel if their first is not published? How many potential authors will write a novel without an example to follow? How will a published author know how to improve his work and attract more readers if there is never any feedback from readers? How can a cultural paradigm undergo an evolutionary shift without an open discourse about culture?